This is the iPhone SE, a phone that came out in 2016 with a design already 3 years old. But how has the iPhone SE held up for the last 8 years? It's now 2023, and in this video we're going to be going over whether or not the iPhone SE first generation is worth it in 2023. Now, just like any of my review in 2023 videos, I'll go over the specs of the phone, I'll give my own opinion, and then it's up for you guys to decide in the comments down below what you think of whether or not the iPhone SE is worth purchasing in 2023. Now, just like I always do, let's get started by first talking about the camera of the iPhone SE. As you can tell, the iPhone SE has a singular 12 megapixel rear camera capable of recording video up to 4K at 30 frames per second. The iPhone SE is also equipped with a 1.2 megapixel front camera capable of recording video in 720p up to 30 frames per second. Now, where does that stand in comparison to today's standards? Well, the latest iPhone 15 and 15 Pro models are both equipped with a 48 megapixel main sensor, although last year's iPhone 14 was still equipped with a 12 megapixel camera. So the rear camera on the iPhone SE is just about as up to date as you'd expect on an iPhone with a 4-inch screen. It can still take some pretty decent photos, and the 4K quality honestly isn't bad at all, but you can definitely notice it is falling a bit behind today's standards. And the front camera, on the other hand, is pretty bad compared to today's standards, with the newest iPhones having a 12 megapixel front camera, just as good as the rear camera on the iPhone SE. Right next to the camera, you can see there's also a rear microphone and a True Tone flash. That's about it for the camera, so let's move on to the design and durability of the iPhone SE. Now, the iPhone SE is one phone that is commonly confused with the iPhone 5S, which is pretty obvious to tell how it gets confused. I mean, without the little SE text, it's nearly the exact same. But the design of the iPhone SE is, in my opinion, a gorgeous aluminum frame design with 2 pieces of glass on the back, one at the top and one at the bottom for antenna bands. Now, it has those beautiful flat sides, but no chamfered edges like the iPhone 5S. The iPhone SE comes in 4 gorgeous colors: 1, space gray; 2, rose gold; 3, silver. This is an iPhone 5S, but the colors are the same; and 4, gold. Again, an iPhone 5S, but the colors are the same. Now, what about the durability of the iPhone SE? Now, unfortunately, unlike usual, I don't have an example phone for the durability, but I can say from my experience, the iPhone SE is not a very durable phone, and I would definitely recommend putting a case and screen protector on this device. Drops will very easily gouge the aluminum frame, and the screen honestly isn't that strong. That's just about all I have to say for the design and the durability. Now let's move on to the performance of the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE is equipped with the Apple A9 chip, which honestly, compared to today, isn't really that great anymore. Now, the iPhone SE does support up to iOS 15, and as I'm making this video, the latest version of iOS is iOS 17. So as I'm making this video, the iPhone SE is 2 iOS versions behind, although it received a security update in September of this year. Like I said, the iPhone SE supports up to iOS 15, but it's shipped running iOS 9.3. Now, from my experience on iOS 9, the iPhone SE runs perfectly smooth, except there's a lot of limitations with iOS 9, so most iPhone SE models will be running iOS 14 or 15. Now, iOS 14 and 15, from my experience, don't run nearly as well as iOS 9, but it's honestly not unbearable. You can definitely still get a lot done, but mobile gaming is probably a no. With that being said, if you're just a basic iPhone user and aren't going to be doing very powerful tasks, the iPhone SE would be a good pick for you. That's just about all I have to say for the performance of the iPhone SE. Not really much to say about that. So now let's move on to the connectivity. The iPhone SE unfortunately does not support 5G connectivity, but it does still support LTE connectivity, and honestly still works pretty great from my experience in 2023. Phone calls and texts are pretty smooth, and mobile data isn't as great as 5G as you'd expect, but it is still definitely usable. And like I said, with low power tasks, the iPhone SE does great. The iPhone SE also has Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 4.2, and also supports voice over LTE. Not much to say for the connectivity, so let's go ahead and move on to the price of an iPhone SE. Now, what is an iPhone SE going to set you back in 2023? Now, depending on your storage and also your color, honestly, An iPhone SE used is going to set you back most likely anywhere between $45 and $100. Honestly, not bad in my opinion. I think that's a reasonable price for what you're getting, basically just a tiny, bare bones iPhone. Now, with all this being said, do I think the iPhone SE is worth purchasing in 2023? Well, kind of. It depends on what you're going to be using the phone for. Now, for most people, it's probably going to be a no. Now, for most people, an iPhone SE in 2023 probably isn't going to be their best or first choice. But for people looking for a smaller form factor iPhone that can run a relatively new version of iOS at a decent speed for some low power tasks, web surfing, texting, and calling, the iPhone SE is honestly still a great choice. But only if you're going to be running low power tasks. Anything more intensive than a YouTube video is going to drain this thing. With that being said, let me know down in the comments below what you think of the iPhone SE. Do you think it's still worth purchasing in 2023, and personally, would you? Let me know, I'd love to hear your opinions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing as of right now, only 9.1% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you're part of that 90.9%, please consider hitting that subscribe button as it'll help me out a ton in reaching my goal of 3,000 subscribers. Although I just reached 2,000, why not shoot for 3,000? And while I'm on it, I would like to announce that I have finally reached monetization. So from now on, you'll be seeing ads during and before my videos, and I think at the end as well. And this means I'm finally making money off of the content that I've been grinding for the last 3 years. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for getting me to this point. It took me a while, but there's nowhere to go but up from here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and as always, peace out, guys.